She wanted to be famous. The world gave her what she asked for, but not the way she expected. On the morning of June 14, 2022, a frantic video appeared on Instagram stories. The footage was grainy, unstable, and terrifying. A young woman screamed from the backseat of a car, her trembling voice echoing over the sound of tires screeching. "Please, somebody help me. They're taking me." The clip lasted only 17 seconds, but it was enough to send shockwaves across social media. Within minutes, the hashtag #FindMaya began trending. The woman was Maya Kellerman, a 22-year-old lifestyle influencer from Los Angeles. Her feed was full of designer brands, morning routines, motivational quotes, and the kind of radiant confidence millions dreamed of having. But now, that perfect life seemed shattered. Her fans wept, reposted, and begged for updates. News outlets picked up the story. Influencers with millions of followers demanded answers. Police flooded the streets. But behind the panic and chaos, one disturbing truth was quietly forming. Maya wasn't missing. She wasn't kidnapped. And the video that terrified millions was scripted. Before she became the center of a viral storm, Maya Kellerman was a small-town girl from Eugene, Oregon. She grew up quiet, artistic, and deeply insecure. The kind of teenager who hid behind her phone because it was the only place she felt seen. At 16, she discovered YouTube. Armed with a cheap ring light and her mother's old camera, she began posting makeup tutorials from her bedroom. Her first viral moment came by accident. A famous singer reposted her video on Twitter, and overnight, Maya gained 50,000 followers. That small taste of validation changed everything. Her dream of becoming a star consumed her. By 21, she had moved to Los Angeles, determined to turn her online persona into a career. She built a brand around positivity, beauty, and ambition. Her captions read like mantras. "Be the main character. Your story is yours to write." But behind the soft filters and motivational quotes was a woman unraveling. In reality, Maya was struggling. Rent was expensive, sponsorships were fleeting, and the influencer market was overcrowded. Her once booming engagement began to decline. Her brand deals dried up. Her best friend, Lena Morales, later told police she wasn't living life anymore, she was performing it. Every smile, every word, every moment was rehearsed for the camera. If something wasn't worth posting, it wasn't worth doing. By the spring of 2022, her follower count had plateaued. Her income was vanishing. She felt invisible again, the very thing she'd moved to Los Angeles to escape. Late one night in March 2022, while doom scrolling through Netflix, Maya stumbled upon a documentary about a kidnapping survivor who went on to write a best-selling memoir. The woman had become famous, beloved, and invited to every talk show in America. Maya's thoughts started to race. In her mind, she wasn't thinking about pain or trauma. She was thinking about narrative, about content. Within weeks, she was researching. She read articles on abduction survivors, joined true crime forums, and even searched for "how to fake a kidnapping" on Google. Her search history would later horrify investigators. How to make a ransom video look authentic. Police response time Los Angeles. Amber Alert Protocol California. By early June, Maya had written a script in a notebook she titled The Maya Project. It outlined every detail of her kidnapping, the timeline, the media rollout, even the emotional speech she would post upon being rescued. When she confided in her boyfriend, Evan Brooks, he thought she was joking. She laughed too, brushing it off as a creative idea. But Evan would later tell police that something in her eyes that night made him uneasy. She wasn't brainstorming content. She was planning a spectacle. On June 14, 2022, at precisely 6:00 a.m., Maya's Instagram story posted a video showing her screaming from the back seat of a car. Her hands appeared tied. The camera shook as she cried for help. The caption read simply, "Help me, they're taking me." The internet exploded. Within minutes, news outlets like TMZ and Insider picked up the story. TikTok creators began analyzing the clip frame by frame, searching for clues. Evan, panicked and confused, called the police around 7:42 a.m. "I think my girlfriend's been kidnapped," he told dispatchers. Detectives tracked her phone signal. The last ping came from a remote desert highway outside Joshua Tree National Park. Search teams were deployed immediately. Helicopters hovered over the desert. Volunteers scoured the terrain. But Maya Kellerman was nowhere to be found. By nightfall, the world was convinced she had been abducted, and her face was on every screen in America. 2 days into the search, investigators began noticing strange details. Audio experts found that the kidnapper's voice in the video lacked outdoor noise. There was no sound of wind, no traffic, no road movement, only a faint echo consistent with an indoor room. Surveillance footage from her apartment complex revealed Maya leaving her building alone around midnight, suitcase in hand, carrying a duffel bag filled with camera gear. Her neighbor remembered asking if she was going on a trip. Maya smiled and said, "Something like that." The case quickly shifted from a missing person investigation to a suspected hoax. Then came the breakthrough. Her debit card was used at a gas station 85 miles east of Los Angeles. The clerk instantly recognized her. "That's the girl everyone's looking for," he said. Police traced the transaction to a small desert motel in Yucca Valley. On June 17th, officers arrived at the Desert Palms Motel, room 207. The door was locked. No one answered their knocks. When police entered with a warrant, they found a bizarre scene. The room was cluttered with makeup palettes, ring lights, tripods, and an open laptop showing video editing software. A green screen was taped to the wall. Several printed pages were scattered across the bed, each labeled Scene 3, The Escape. And there, beneath a blanket, was Maya herself, alive, unharmed, and live streaming on her private backup account. When police confronted her, she burst into tears, pleading, "You don't understand, this is for awareness. This was supposed to be art." But detectives weren't convinced. Her laptop contained a detailed plan, press releases, fake ransom messages, and a pre-recorded reappearance video titled "I Survived, My Story of Hope." The plan was chillingly complete. She intended to return days later, claim she had been held captive, and share her emotional story with the world, all while monetizing the entire ordeal through brand deals and interviews. When news of the hoax broke, the public reaction was brutal. Fans who had prayed and shared hashtags now felt betrayed. One comment read, "You wasted police time, people's emotions, and money, all for likes." Police confirmed that the stunt cost Los Angeles County nearly $120,000 in emergency resources, 140 officers, 2 helicopters, and multiple search operations. Maya was arrested and charged with filing a false police report and obstructing justice. During interrogation, she remained eerily calm. "I wanted to start a conversation about the dangers of social media," she insisted. "I wanted people to see how easily we believe what's on our screens." But forensic psychologists later diagnosed her with histrionic personality disorder characterized by excessive attention-seeking and dramatic behavior. One investigator summed it up bluntly. She wasn't trying to expose social media, she was trying to become it. In December 2022, Maya pleaded guilty to filing a false report and misuse of emergency services. Prosecutors pushed for the maximum sentence, arguing that her actions caused unnecessary panic and wasted public resources. Her defense cited mental health struggles and social pressure. The judge ultimately sentenced her to 6 months in county jail, along with community service and mandatory counseling. In court, her mother wept as she said, "I don't recognize my daughter anymore. The girl on that screen isn't Maya." Her boyfriend Evan ended their relationship soon after. "She didn't fake a kidnapping," he told reporters. "She faked being a person." After serving her sentence, Maya quietly moved back to Oregon. Her social media accounts remain frozen untouched, but still active. Her YouTube channel, filled with cheerful thumbnails and smiling captions, now sits like a digital tomb. Strangely, her follower count continues to grow. In the age of social media, truth has become a performance, and attention is the ultimate currency. Maya's story is not just a hoax, it's a warning. It reveals the dark side of a culture where validation is addictive and visibility is everything. She didn't just fake a kidnapping, she kidnapped herself from reality, from morality, from sanity. And in the end, Maya Kellerman got what she always wanted: fame, but not the kind she could ever escape. In a world built on attention, some will go to any length to stay visible, even if it means disappearing entirely.